Morning, folks. Continuing on with our theme of precious things that are spoken of in the Bible, we turn this morning to Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 26. The writer of the book of Proverbs says the following. Again, I read from the King James Version this morning. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. The precious life. Life is very precious. Normally the context in which we would use that term and in which we would use it as an argument would be in the context of seeking to preserve the life of the unborn, to argue against abortion, for example. And that is a very valid context in which to use the phrase life is precious. In this particular context, the writer of the book of Proverbs speaks of life as being precious, but the context that he puts that in is that of running after sexual pleasure, engaging in fulfilling sensual desires. And he says that a whore, a prostitute, is someone who brings a man to a piece of bread. In other words, he can be brought so low as a result of illicit liaisons with someone other than his wife. And it goes on and it says, an adulteress will hunt for the precious life. How many lives have been ruined as a result of marital unfaithfulness? How many homes have been broken apart? How many children's lives have been traumatized as a result of unfaithfulness in marriage? Life is precious. And going down the road of adultery, going down the road of committing sexual unfaithfulness, is a road that will destroy a person's life, and not just their own life, but sadly the lives of others as well in their family circle. Life is precious, and life is meant to be lived the way God intended it to be lived. And when it comes to marriage, one of the preeminent things that is required of husband and wife is that they be faithful to one another. Living in Western culture and society in this 21st century, sadly, marital faithfulness is not something that is viewed as being that important. In fact, there are many who would encourage you to have, as they call it, a fling. Brethren, there's nothing satisfying. There's nothing ultimately good about having a secret, adulterous relationship. If you regard your life as something that is really precious, if you regard the lives of those you love, your wife, your husband, your son, your daughter, your parents, your wider family, if you regard their lives as precious, as you should, then you will be faithful to the one to whom you're married. Remember these words: the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. May God help us to take these things to heart and to live by them. God bless you today.